Alright, peace, peace, peace. Hold on, let me get your name real quick. What is your name? Elizabeth. Alright, peace, Elizabeth. Welcome. This is going to be your mini reading. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. My sheesh came from the fact that you have a stellium in the 8th house, you feel what I'm saying? And then, to sprinkle a little bit of salt on top of that, right? You also have your moon in Capricorn in the 1st house, you feel what I'm saying? So I'm going to be talking about your moon and your sun here. So first and foremost, right, you have your sun in Leo, but it's in Leo within the decan of Centaurus, you feel me? This is the 2nd decan of Leo. This decan is like Leo Sagittarius. That's why it's pictured within the sky by a centaur. The primary difference between the centaur of Leo and the centaur of Sagittarius is Sagittarius wears a bow and arrow. It has a bow and arrow and wears a cloak, you feel what I'm saying? Meanwhile, the centaur within the Leo constellation just has a shield and a sword, and there is symbology there, but I'm gonna let you figure it out, you feel what I'm saying? If you're in a tarot, then you know that swords, right? You know what swords signify and represent. And I think the shield, it can be self-explanatory. But ultimately though, this placement, it deals with exalting those lower animalistic natures, and rather I should say sublimating, meaning finding ways to channel your lower animalistic urges into higher expressions, you feel what I'm saying? So Leo is a sign that in general deals with desire, you feel me? More commonly, Scorpio truly is the sign of desire. Leo is more the sign that's associated with will, you feel me? It's the willpower. But the thing about the willpower is when you really look into it, you realize that the will is just a continual focus, a continual bringing back to the consciousness of a desire that you want, like not wavering from a desire, but continuously, being consistent and persistent about this desire. You feel me? And Leo being a fixed fire sign, fire being actions, you feel me? Ambitions, passion, energy, fix, signifying determination. These are individuals that can be very, very determined, and fixated in their ways, and not catch a break until they succeed and they achieve and they attain, you feel what I'm saying? But I think I should also bring this up. So this is the decan of reformation, reforming, right? To reconstruct, recreate in a sense. And like I said earlier, the centaur in general, even in Sagittarius, you feel me, highlights man's two natures. We have one aspect of us that's divine, and that's like the aspect of us connected to God. And then we have another aspect of us that's associated with we as angels falling, you feel me, the fallen angels, right? In so many ways, that is us, you feel what I'm saying? And so the lower aspect of us is associated to the demiurge, and with you having your sun in the 8th house, I would recommend you getting familiar with like what the demiurge is, you feel me? But ultimately there are two polarities, you feel what I'm saying? One polarity desires to expand and grow and reconnect with God, and also service others, you feel me? Help others. But then there is another aspect that desires to fulfill itself, to that leans towards greed, lust, you feel what I'm saying? Energies like that, you feel what I'm saying? So that aspect of us is like, with you having your sun in the 8th house and you having an 8th house stellium, I can understand that you and of yourself have some form of spiritual background, you feel what I'm saying? And so it's like essentially this aspect of us, which is the lower nature, it's an illusion in the sense that our identity only belongs to this lifetime. You feel me? Your name, who you think you are, who you've been told that you are, all of these things are temporary, and they are the illusion. And it's like when we attach to our identities is when we suffer. You know what I'm saying? But well, that's when you attach with your lower identity. But when you start tapping into higher perspectives and you start to identify with your soul, then in a sense you become liberated and you become free, because first and foremost you no longer fear death, because you understand death is the illusion. You know, we don't die, we transform, right? But furthermore, it's like you understand that like there is a greater, more powerful aspect of you. You feel what I'm saying? Because this body, in so many ways, of course, depending on like your soul and yeah, you know, you're depending on your soul and everything like that. But I would have to say, like, with you having this 8th house stellium energy, it's more so like you're tapping into tremendous amounts of energies. You feel me? Intense energies. You feel what I'm saying? Because that's what the 8th house is all about. It's about coming into this life to experience the more intense, the more personal and like emotionally focused experiences. You feel what I'm saying? And so ultimately though, like anytime there's Scorpio or 8th house energy, but I had to take that breath because Capricorn especially, you know, Scorpio and Capricorn and Pisces also, these are like karmic signs. You feel what I'm saying? Like Capricorn kind of, I would say, like, because the 8th house, it also deals with depths, DEBT, you feel what I'm saying, and paying off a debt of some kind. You feel what I'm saying? So spiritually in this lifetime, one way or another, you're here and you're paying off debts. But then Capricorn, it's a sign, you know, that that deals with karma through Saturn. You feel what I'm saying? Like Aquarius, it's interesting because both Aquarius and Capricorn are ruled by Saturn, but it's like Aquarius, it also is associated with Uranus, right? Uranus, and it's like Aquarius is more of a futuristic sign. It's more of a sign that desires to break free from like the hierarchy, you can even say, and just live life. And it's more rebellious and more futuristic. You feel what I'm saying? More original. But then Capricorn, it's more like the system, the man. You feel what I'm saying? And like those types of energies that are very restrictive and limiting to us. You feel what I'm saying? But I feel like a lot of the times Capricorn can fall into that trap of thinking that this is just reality. Like reality sucks and reality is suffering and pain. And this is because it is an earth sign. You feel me? So its primary focus is the earth realm. And so the moon, it deals with your reactions and responses. You feel me? So it's more subconscious energy. But then the sun, it's more conscious energy. It's like the energies are assert into the world. You feel what I'm saying? And with your moon being in Capricorn, it's like you have to really do some healing when it comes to like conjuring up the experiences you had within your childhood. You feel what I'm saying? And learning to free certain emotions that you repressed and suppressed, maybe because you thought it was the safest thing to do or whatever. You feel me? It's like typically what Capricorn may also say this. See, Saturn is a planet that deals with poverty. You feel me? And so I didn't really look into your chart like that, so I'm not sure if Saturn is making any aspects to your moon. I don't think it is, but it's like if Saturn makes aspects to the moon when it's in Saturn, then this highlights that your upbringing was impoverished. But it's like anytime Saturn is making an aspect to the moon, typically this produces, you know, impoverished conditions. And this is because Saturn is the planet of poverty. But ultimately, when I say poverty, you can even just think of scarcity and not having enough. And when we're talking about the emotions, we're talking about nourishment, we're talking about love, and we're talking about caring energies. You feel what I'm saying? And so with the moon in Capricorn, it's an indication that growing up, you may have not been in conditions, and your mother may not have completely been suited. Maybe she was suited to like take care of you and provide you materialistically, but when it came to your emotional needs, your need to be nourished, your need to be loved and cared for as a child, your mother may not have been capable of fully fulfilling that. You feel what I'm saying? And then it's like with your moon being debilitated, but then your sun being at home in the 8th house, though, this can even be an indication that like your father was a greater influence over your life than your mother. You feel me? And there may have been certain experiences, toxic experiences you had with your mother that like you need for your sake and your regeneration of emotion to take care of. You feel what I'm saying? It's like the 8th house energy, it very much deals a lot with the unconscious mind and those desires that are repressed. You feel what I'm saying? And just unconscious energy in general. You feel me? So with 8th house energy, with your sun being in the 8th house, well, first and foremost, there's an indication that there is a lot of entanglement when it comes to past traumas. You feel me? Like the 8th house can just be a really traumatic house. But let me put it like this also. You know, this is a house associated with Scorpio. This is a house of transformation, of change, you know, and it's like Plutonic, you know, but it's also Martian. Mars is the planet of strife. Pluto is the planet of corrosion, you know, but it's also the planet of regeneration and restoration. You feel me? Transformation. So, yeah, Pluto, like Scorpio, deals with intensity. On the grosser, meaning gross, meaning material, the material expressions of Pluto deal with like like they can deal with like things destroying and falling apart, but at the same time they can deal with things regenerating. You feel me? Things finding life again, rising from the ashes like the phoenix, right? So yeah, there can be a great polarity. And me personally, you know, like I think 8th house, like, because I have my moon in the 8th house, you feel me? And I've gone through a lot of stuff, but let me explain it like this. From my experience and my understanding, those were my rites to passage to be where I am today and to possess such tremendous knowledge and to even have an ability to manifest and attract to attract things to me. You feel what I'm saying? But it's like, had I not gone through those intense things and had I not rose above it, then it's like, you know, I wouldn't have shown the universe that if it bestowed upon me greater things that I would be able to handle it, but rather those greater things that the universe would bestow upon me would act as detriment to my soul rather than profiting the soul. You feel what I'm saying? And so with this placement, you know, growth is of great importance and evolution is of great importance. And it's like you like there's no going around it. Like you are I don't want to tell you what you are, but I'm already doing that, right? It's like you are like the broken pieces. You feel what I'm saying? You need to learn to put them back together. It's hard to tell someone they're broken, you know, like who am I to say that? But like that's just the chart, the energy, you feel me? So fuck it, it is what it is. And it's like you really need to learn to put those energies together. You feel what I'm saying? And the concept of diamonds forming under pressure, you feel me, is something that you should continuously be attentive and aware of as you go through the pressures of life. The fact that pearls form through pain, you feel what I'm saying? Without pain there can be no pearls. Or even like I forgot the other analogy I wanted to use. You feel what I'm saying? I forgot the other analogy I wanted to use. Like, oh yeah. So, in like Eastern tradition, you know, when things break, they repair that thing that broke, and they put like gold to seal that thing that's broken. You feel me? To symbolize that when things break, they can come back even better and stronger than before. You feel what I'm saying? And like, just to give you a little bit of background about myself, you know, I'm 22. And when I was 14, like, I got shot in the chest. Hold on, let me just show my scars to you real quick. You feel what I'm saying? Look, check this out. Now you probably can't even see them because, god damn it, here. Hold on. So yeah, like, that's where the bullet went through, and like, that's like the scar that, you know. But anyways, so I get shot in the chest, right? And anyways, I get shot in the chest, right? And I die, like, I flatline. Like, on my YouTube, which you're watching this on, you can actually go on my main page and you can check out my near-death story. And, you know, it's a very good story. But anyways, I guess I should put this on. But anyways, so I got shot, I die, I flatline, they write down my death time, all these other things. Then I have an experience on the astral plane, you know, where I'm amongst these, like, elders, like these beings that have some form of authority. And I think they were angels. If not, they were not angels, they were angels, but what I'm feeling is they were associated to an angelic heritage, you feel me? So they were a race connected to the Elohim. You may have heard of the Elohim, you may not have. But anyways, these beings of light, you know, gave me a chance to return because, as worded by them, oh no, I shouldn't have this on because I have oil in my hair. Put some, like, castor oil. That's good for your hair. So anyways, you know, they give me the opportunity to return. And so in my returning, I felt like my life was ruined. I felt like a victim because I got shot in I already told you that, I think. I got shot in the chest, right? And so I was paralyzed. Like, I wasn't, like, my right hand, you know, like, I wasn't able to move it at all. And this is my right hand right here. You feel me? And so I wasn't able to move it at all. Like, it was just stiff, you feel me? And like, I was semi-paralyzed. Like, I was in a wheelchair. I wasn't able to see. I wasn't able to talk. Being in a wheelchair, I wasn't even able to walk. You know, and so that was the state that I was in. But what had happened was, I read this book, and I would probably recommend this book to you. It's called The Power of No Excuses by Brian Tracy. You feel me? And within that book, there was something profound that he said that just sparked something within me, and that made me realize I cannot be a victim because no one is going to come save me. You feel me? Because the victim mentality is you're waiting for someone to come save you, but you're going to wait many lifetimes, not even until you die, but just many lifetimes waiting until one day you figure it out. Like, holy shit, I am the responsible soul. You know, like, to be a soul, the word soul is very individualistic, you know, solo, you feel what I'm saying? To be a soul is to be an individual that has powers of divinity, you know, powers to create realities, to create universes. And it's like, being that is what you are. Being a victim is illusionary, you feel what I'm saying? No soul is a victim, truly. And so truly, it's like you have to come to that realization and understanding that, like, you're not a victim, you feel what I'm saying? You may feel like you're a victim because of all the things that you went through, but let me tell you this. So when I started taking responsibility and accountability and I started to heal myself, which wasn't easy, it was so difficult. When I would overcome an ailment, you feel me, and I would regenerate an aspect of me, I would feel so much more powerful because I did that. But it was so much more better compared to when I previously had it, you feel me? Because when I previously had it, it was just given to me. But then when I went on to earn it and get it myself through strife and hard work, then I also added certain attributes and qualities to that thing that I know I didn't have previously. You feel what I'm saying? And so in simple terms, we can say the mind, right? So the mind. In healing and bringing your mind back to restoration, what happens is you also strengthen it, and as a result, you become more of a powerful individual. Good thing I bring up power, because see, the eighth house, it's a house that also deals with power and control. And in the lower aspects, people try to enforce power upon you, and people may try to control you. And this energy is going to attract and draw to you manipulative people who have hidden intentions. But at the same time, this house, especially with your sun being here, it brings you great amounts of emotional energy, emotional intensity. And so this emotional energy and intensity expresses through a powerful intuition. So it's like it's important, you need to learn to trust your intuition and not be so entangled and caught up in the world and the way that things are, and like trap yourself. You feel me? It's like this house, the eighth house, it's a house of imprisonment. It deals with institutions. It deals with like mental asylums. You feel what I'm saying? Well, the 12th house deals with mental asylums, but it's like the 8th house and the 12th house, because they're both water houses. Their energies are similar. You feel what I'm saying? And so, with all that being said, it's important that you tap into health, mental health especially, you feel what I'm saying, and equip yourself with tools so you can develop mental health. And it's like, I would definitely be a great person to work with to help you with that, because through my process, my path of healing, I've acquired so much information and so much knowledge, you feel what I'm saying. And so in my chart, I have a lot of 9th house energy. And so with the 9th house energy, it's house of philosophy. But it's like the highest expression of the 9th house is not just learning and educating yourself about philosophies, but becoming the embodiment of that which you know. Wisdom, you feel me? Yeah. So, yeah, that's definitely on the table for you. But it's like, within the 8th house, this is a house that deals with mystical energies. It also deals with taboo things like sex, you feel what I'm saying? And talking about sex. Within this house, especially having Leo here, because Leo is also a sign that deals with sex and like I don't want to use the word promiscuity, but just sexually being active, we can even say, you feel what I'm saying? And so with that energy, with the 8th house energy, it's important to learn to elevate sex to a higher nature. You feel me? And so back to what I was saying about Centaur, which is where you have your sun in. It's in the Decan of Leo, represented by Centaur. The animal, the horse, represents those lower animalistic natures that can even express through sex as mutual masturbation. You feel me? And it's like, the crazy thing about sleeping with people is you literally formulate spiritual contracts with them. You feel me? You attach with them. You feel what I'm saying? And it's like, I personally don't sleep with that many people, but the few people that I have slept with, it's like I can still, like, they're not here and we're far away, but I can still feel like the attachment and the connection. So I think to myself, like, damn, like, people who just go around sleeping with everybody, it's all fucking bad, because they have all these attachments to them, you feel me? And then it's like all these things happen in their lives and they don't even know what the fuck is what. It's like, if you're sleeping with someone and they're unconscious and they're like low frequency, you, through sleeping with them, in a sense, bounded yourself with them, you feel me? Energetically. And as long as you don't learn how to cut that cord, their energies are going to influence you. You feel what I'm saying? And so, yeah. But it's like, within sex, it's important to learn, like, Tantra, and to learn how to utilize sex as a form of meditation to tap deeper within yourself and rejuvenate and regenerate yourself, rather than just fuck because of lust. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that can get pretty toxic, for sure. But yeah, for the most part though, with this energy, Sun and Leo in the 8th house. It does indicate that within the life, sex is something that's going to be prominent. And so, and I'm not saying you're a hoe or anything like that. That's not what I'm saying. But hey, man, you do have like all these planets in your 8th house. And I'm gonna joke a little right now. You know, I'm like, the planets, they do signify different people. Different influences coming into your life, you know, and they're all in the 8th house. So I don't know what that means, but let me tell you what it means. Beyond that, you know, the 8th house also deals with open enemies. The 12th house deals with hidden enemies, people that come around you and they're more hidden with their intentions. And then it's like you gotta trust your intuition. And it's like, but with the 8th house, these are more open enemies, enemies that may be upfront about hating you, but because it's Scorpio, it can still be somewhat mysterious. So, you know, with this energy, it indicates that within the life, you know, you may attract haters, you know, haters, people that hate on you for no reason. And it's like the greatest revenge for your haters is success. You feel what I'm saying? Like, even going harder and even becoming better, you know, than you already are, and taking that hatred that you receive from those others and exalting it and utilizing it as an energy to even further strengthen yourself. You feel what I'm saying? Now, Capricorn, holy crap, hold on, I think, yo, that's a trip. So I think your moon, I think your moon is in the the decan of Capricorn. That's a, no, never mind, I'm tweaking. It's not. Because the second decan of Capricorn, it's like those stars are like intertwined or reaching the Pisces constellation. You feel me? And this is like the Capricorn energy, where it's like Saturn, the planet of death, and Pisces, the planet of, not the planet, the sign of the spiritual realm, kind of combine with each other. You feel what I'm saying? And it forms this energy of like, and this is the, and it's actually Capricorn Virgo energy, but it's like Virgo being polarized with Pisces has a connection to Pisces, but it's like Virgo deals with the mind as well. But it's like, anyways, people who have that second decan, they have this natural affinity or tendency to be able to tap in and communicate with dead people. But it's like, with you having this 8th house, this stellium in the 8th house, death is also something that, you know, you experience in life. It's like, let me tell you this, like, the 8th house just highlights intense emotions, you know, going through emotions with intensity. You feel what I'm saying? And death may be one of those things that you may need to learn to transcend and see through. You feel me? And of course, it's easier said than done. It's hard because we make attachments, and it's like the 8th house is a very attachy house as well. You feel me? But yeah, anyways, I would say that pretty much concludes this quote-unquote mini reading I did for you. Quote-unquote. Quote-unquote. But anyways, you know, I have so much more information I can give you, and I would love to help you that way. See, because with my fuller readings, first and foremost, I work by sessions, and I only charge $30, you know, so that's very cheap and it's very reasonable. You feel what I'm saying? And so, like, when I'm doing these fuller readings, you know, I actually also prepare notes, and I sit down and I write down, you know, so it's more focused, and it's like, and if you haven't noticed, I want to let you know that my reading style isn't a detrimental one where I'm like, yo, check this out, so you're fucked because X, Y, and Z, because that's not the case. You feel me? And people who think like that truly don't understand spirituality, and astrology is very spiritual. You feel what I'm saying? And it's like, nah, you're actually a soul, and reasons being that these energies, one way or another, are gonna assist in your evolution. You chose to incarnate into this lifetime with these energies. It's not even that you chose, it's more so like it's just intertwined with you as a being, you know, as a being. And it's like the journey that you've been walking on, and like the previous experiences you've had within your existences were like kind of scorpionic and kind of dealing with death and overcoming death and transcending and transforming and growing out of that. You feel me? And it's like after the 8th house, we have the 9th house, right? And the 9th house is a house that deals with higher perspectives. With that being said, it's actually, man, look at me, just keep going. And like I said, like I'm telling you, literally, there's so much. There's so much, you feel me? But yeah, you know, so that's the 8th house. That's the 8th. That's the 8th house, the 8th house, the 8th house. But yeah, you know, definitely let me know if you'd be interested, and I'd be more than happy to do that for you. I don't really even get the chance to talk about your moon, but you know, I'm gonna shut up and I'm gonna end this reading and I'm gonna send it to you. And by the way, can you do me a favor? This YouTube you're on, it's my personal YouTube, you know, and I produce great content, spiritual content, you feel what I'm saying? So definitely subscribe, do me that favor. And alright, peace. Namaste.